be talking to someone from the diaspora that is just going to, let me warn you straight ahead, that's just going to mess up your mind tonight. And I'm talking about Lady O. I call her Lady O because her name is quite a mouthful. Opa Favel Masha Hope Day. You're welcome to the Diaspora Discourse.
Thank you so much for having me. It is an honor to be here with you. A good friend of mine, Brother Salvador, shared a link of your previous documentary, and right away I went into your chat and I made a comment in the chat, and then I reached out to you with your email that I saw at the end of the video, and that's also in your YouTube channel. And now we're here together. I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. Now, we're going to start on a very controversial note. Your claim that the DNA is that minerals are being extracted from the ground, but the DNA is a white man's way of extracting something else from us. Let me get your thoughts on that before we embark fully on this interview.
Yes, my claim is the DNA is the new colonial tool that is extracting minerals, extracting information, extracting the most valuable and precious thing that the Most High, aLiYTH, has given us. It's who we are, the original people. There's things in our DNA that science is still trying to wrap its head around, and the DNA, the ancestry, the gene tool that everybody is now jumping in because of using it for ancestry. We're being told it's for one thing, but anytime they tell you one thing, there's 10 or 5 things behind it. So they're extracting minerals from the continent, actually being unapologetic at saying no more taken from us. But here we are, the diaspora. We are now giving to these people the most precious thing that we have, and that's our DNA, that thing that's in us that they have been always envious of, vexed of, mysteriously incurious about, and we're handing it over. Why? Because they stripped us from our land, they scattered us, and now they tell us, oh, we have the tool for you to know where you come from. And because they know we desire that in us, there is that desire to know where we're from, because we have no identity because of what they've done. And they know that. So they are the masters of creating a problem and then giving you a solution. So at the end of it, they're always winning. So they're using this tool knowing that we desire information, and they're giving it to us, and we're running into it with good intentions for ourselves to figure out where we're from, but there's a sinister reason behind it. And I just want the family to be aware of, and there's a way for us to find out who we are without giving our DNA.
Wow, that is explosive, and I dare say controversial.
Yes.
Okay, so what you're telling me now is that people who are people of the diaspora of African descent who are going to do their DNA right now to find out their ancestry are walking into an open trap.
Yes, because there is misinterpretation of ancestry results. And I heard from a brother who went and did his DNA ancestry at one lab and then another lab, and then they're giving him 2 different findings. So the DNA ancestry results are problematic. They're not definitive. So ethnicity percentages are based on reference population, which are incomplete and still evolving. So the results can change as the database grows. So consumers are going to misinterpret results as fixed identity markers. So this definitely produces a misunderstanding of the concepts like haplogroups, which indicate lineage patterns, but not race, cultural identity. So we have many good intending brothers and sisters out there who are using this gene and DNA and haplogroup But it's not for race, culture, and identity. It's for a lineage pattern. It tells you the pattern as to how people moved, but it's not telling you your race or your ethnicity or your identity. So it is harmful. It is incorrect about using it for your identity. So that is one of the reasons why I am not doing DNA to find out my ancestry. I'm going back to oral history. I'm going back to what did my mom, grandmother, great grandmother, where did they say they come from? I'm going back to their birth certificates, because one thing about our oppressor, they like to keep records. So they're very accurate on our birth certificates. They're not going to lie about that, because they need to know all these things. They put things on paper. So when they were selling us and trading us, the paperwork has to be valid. The paperwork cannot be misinformed, because they want the best. They want the quality. So they're going to put it on paper. So let's use the paper. Let's use our birth certificate, the same tool that they use to find out who is the best of the best slaves, the best of the best regions. Let's use that same document called your birth certificate, the certificate that they gave to trade us, to sell us, that piece of paper to them that was worth gold. Let's use that certificate and let's trace ourselves. This is going to help us and our people, the $1 trillion that we're using in their market. Can you imagine if we use that money and we start traveling? We start going to Burkina Faso, the Sahel. We start going to Mali, Nigeria. We start actually going to places, and we're actually using our money. Tourism is going to be going up, right? Transportation is going to go up, infrastructure. We're actually going to benefit our people in us doing the search the old school way, because they're using it for far more than what you think they're using it for. Pack your bags and travel to the place that's on the birth certificate and start doing the footwork, because you're going to spend money there. You're going to be a part of the land, a part of the culture. You're like, to me, that is why my first trip now is Burkina Faso. I actually had booked a trip to Israel, YaSHaRaL, last year, but it didn't happen because of the conflict that was happening there. I actually, my money and everything was already on this tour. I even shared that information to an elder to see if him and his group might want to come. But then we had, the missiles and all of that hitting the airport. So the trip was canceled. The airline canceled the trip. So I was no longer able to go to Israel, because from my research, that is where our people originally came from. And then we were scattered. So now I have the opportunity to now go to the second place, which is Sub-Sahara, where, Burkina Faso is now opening for us to come. I'm going with the ADDI. I'm so happy and so blessed. It's the Most High knows how to give you what your heart's desire. And this is why going to Burkina Faso with the ADDI, who's made it possible for diasporas to travel with them, is now where I'm going to start my journey. So I thought I was going to start in Israel, but now I'm starting in Burkina Faso. So let's use our money and our resources to do it the right way. Don't give your DNA to these people.
Okay, you talked about the issue of birth records and birth certificates. How do we have free access to these records?
Well, for me, I could speak for myself. My birth certificate is something that you can apply for. I'm here in Canada, but my original place of birth is St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that it's now called, because colonialism, they changed the names of everything. So I have my original birth certificate from there. Every place has a consulate. You can go to the you again, oral history. Where were you born? Wherever you were born, you can by right order your birth certificate. If you were born in the diaspora, if you were born in Canada or born in the US, that is something that you can get access to. Now, the next question is, where were your parents born? Where were your mother born? Where is your father born? And wherever they were born, you can get a birth certificate. So a birth certificate is something that is very possible for you to get your hands on.
Hmm. Now you're on this journey of, if you like, discovery. This is another. This is Kunta Kinte, part two. Except that this is Lady O. Your name is a mouthful. I can't quite pronounce it,
It's
so
okay.
we'll leave it at Lady O.
Yes.
Yes. So there's Kunta Kinte as part one, and then this is Lady O retracing her steps back to Africa. I'm told you have been able to trace your roots to Nigeria, sort of. How is that?
Oral history. So my son, my youngest son, had a school report, and the school report was your family tree. So in that report, he asked me, I can tell him directly from me, and then he was asking about his mom, which is my mom, which is his grandmother and great grandmother. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't you go and ask grandma? So this was a couple years ago when we were in contact, and he went and he asked her the questions, and she was able to tell him everything, where she was born, who her mother was, and all the way back. So in her giving the oral history that is still in her mind is where we found out that her mother was born in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and her parents were from Nigeria, and they started in Nigeria. They had businesses, they were merchants, they owned ships, they were doing trade, which again I found out is a factual thing that our people did. They say that they found us, swinging from trees and we were uncivilized. And I think by now, with access to so much information now in 2026, I don't believe not one single melanated black people with woolly hair not believe that narrative anymore, that that's our origin. So finding out that they were business people, they owned trade, they owned merchant, they owned ships, and they were using the ship for trading, and then they decided to get on their own ship from Nigeria, and they traveled to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and that is where they started, and then they gave birth to my grandmother, which would be his great grandmother. And then the question was, then she actually called her sisters, which were same mother, different father, to find out more, because now she was also curious. And then that's when they were saying, yeah, they're from Nigeria. And then they're trying to remember, is it Igbo? Is it Yoruba? It's one of those names. So then we start researching the last name. So again, we go back to research. And then we found out that the last name is associated with the Yoruba. So now it's like, okay, I have a little, I have enough to now go off of. And then that's on my mother's side. And then on my father's side, she shared with him. I was there because I was writing down while he was asking. She shared as much as she knows about my father, her husband, and his background. So now that is going to take me on another search on my father's side. But right now it's on my mother's side. And then after finding that out a couple of years ago, I was already on the journey of truth, of finding objective truth about who I am. After I was diagnosed with breast cancer back in 2012, I was like, okay, Most High, what's going on here? Like, I really need to know what truth is. So that led me on many different topics, from the calendar and Gregorian calendar, and then religion and European Christianity, African spirituality. Like, I was just diving into everything to find out the truth. And then in doing that, I found out about the religious truth about Christianity, global Christianity, the history of Christianity. I went and I actually studied religious education, uh, doing my double master's now in divinity, and just I'm really deep diving into it. I found out more on the religious side about who our people really are. And we are the original people of the book. We are the biblical Israelites when we start looking at everything. And that's another Pandora's box to open. So then I found out about Timbuktu, I found out about the Sahel, and then everything just start connecting. And then I heard about ADDI, and I was like, all of the pieces start coming together. So that is now where I am at in my journey of going back to Africa. My first stop is Burkina Faso. Thank you for Captain Abraham Traore. That's opening up the doors for us. And that's my first stop is Burkina Faso.
Wow. 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 Okay, so I mean, it's so interesting that you're embarking on this journey back to your roots. The question I want to ask is, at this point, um, what do you hope to find out at the end of this trip?
What I hope to find out at the end of the trip, first, I want to experience it for myself. I've been watching so much YouTube videos, so many different content. I've subscribed of membership of so many content that's bringing content from Africa, specifically the area that I'm going, which is Burkina Faso, the Sahel. First, I want to experience it for myself. I really want to touch the ground. I want to feel that feeling that everybody says they feel when they go back home. I've heard it, I've watched it. I want to experience it for myself. I want to touch it. I want to smell the air. I want to touch the ground. I want to be there. That's the first thing I want to leave with is that yes, I returned, right? My mother, my father, nobody else returned, but I did. I'm getting a little bit emotional now. So it's the feeling of completion that I am the first to talk about the firstborn, the first fruits, I'm the first to return back. And in doing that, I'm connecting to the ancestors, what they also wanted is for us to know where we're from. And I have 4 children. So I'm hoping that that would also be that bridge of knowing who our identity is. Because here in the diaspora, we've been told every lick of a lie about who we are. So, what I really want to, that my primary takeaway is to know that I did it. I touched it. I returned. That's the biggest thing is that I returned. Apart from that now is now being a part of the culture and actually seeing my brothers and sisters and experiencing that. So I don't have a big answer for you because I don't even know. I just know I want to be there. There's a pull. Things have been things have been aligning so easily. Even me meeting you, I know, I know this is to happen because when things are hard and forced and pushed and you have to wrangle, you have to ask, is aLiYTH there? And I say aLiYTH is the Paleo Hebrew word for God that they told us in English, the God. So I, out of my spiritual formation, returned back to his name. And part of the repentance of what our ancestors want for us is for us to return and know the why. Why were we taken? Why were we went through the sub-Sahara trade, the Arab trade, the Silk Road trade, the transatlantic slave trade? Like what like why? Like why us? That I'm always asking why. And there's an answer to that why. And I believe that answer is when I get back there, it's going to fully form. But the way in which things are happening, I know I'm supposed to be there. I know this is supposed to happen because things are coming with so much ease. The connections are happening with so much ease. I know I'm supposed to be there. So to answer your question, what I want to take away from there is to know that I completed that. I went back. And in me is the DNA of all the ancestors that are wanting for that connection to return. And there's something spiritually, I know that once I return, I just know something is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I just know that I'm supposed to be there. And so many things has happened in my life to stop me from continuing this journey, stop me from finding out, stop like so many things has been thrown in my way, even character assassination by a recent elder that I respected and I did so much for in the connection of the diaspora and the Africans. And then to see that attack on me, I'm like, okay, I know when things are like this, something is trying to stop me. And I'm like, no, I'm going. I don't know what it is, brother, but I know when I get there, it's going to make sense. Why?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so there's something about you that is a bit different in the sense that your ancestors in St. Vincent and Grenadine, I hope I got it
Yes,
right.
St. Vincent the Grenadines.
Yes, yes, that they were not slaves; they went there as merchants. Do you have an idea around when they traveled? And you know, I mean, around what time did this happen? Do you have an idea?
Yeah, exactly. So all that is part of the journey. All that is part of the journey. When I'm asking my mother, and she has to now try to remember as best as she can, and then she has to ask her sisters because her and her mother didn't have a good relationship, and you could even see so many commonalities. So she never had great contact with her mother because of again the colonial system. Her mother gave her up when she was very young. So she never had that relationship with her mother. She know of her mother, she interacted with her mother and her siblings, and that's another story, but she was never with her mother. So she could only tell me what she could remember and what her sisters are telling her, right? So this is
Yeah,
part of the colonial trauma. We don't know stories. We have little bits and pieces. So they put us in a position for us to either don't care, for us to give up, or for us to rely on them to tell us our story. And either one of those three options is not up for debate for me. I'm not going to rely on them to tell me. I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to just rely on the bits and pieces. So I only know as much as she told me, and what her sisters told her is that when they came, they did not come as slaves. So they're not from the slave trade per se, because they did not arrive on the island as slaves. So that is also intriguing because I'm hearing stories about some of our ancestors who were not enslaved. Those from the tribe of Judah and those from other tribes within the biblical context that were not a part of the slave trade. So that gets me very curious as to, okay, like, what's the story there, right? So that's also a question that the birth certificate will tell you, because the birth certificate will tell you the year that they were born. The birth certificate, well, you can trace it back, and then you could also find out, like the research I found out in the last name was part of the whole Christianization of assuming the Christian last name. And that would mean that, okay, were they now, did they were like indentured servants? Were they not, were they, um, did they decide to take the name and not be a part of the hardship, quote unquote, because many of them were given some choices depending on where they were, like when the colonizers came in. Some made bargains, some didn't. It's so many narratives that I'm coming to find out about what really happened there. It's not a cut and dry, it's not a black and white as they've taught us. They've even taught us when they say, your own people sold you. That narrative is so dangerous and so definitive, and there's so many nuances to that. When you find out about the fact that many were fighting, many died not wanting it to happen, many were fighting to save their brothers and sisters. It's the nuance is many, my brother. So that is one of the answers that I definitely want to find, and I know the birth certificate will be able to connect those dots for me in regards to exactly who they were, when they came. So I know because my mom was born in 1945, and then you can go back to when her mother was born, and you can always go back to those times, right? Because the birth certificate has that information, right? So one thing about data for the colonizers, it's very accurate because they needed accuracy. So that is why the birth certificate is so important. And that's part of my journey. Is one, going back to Burkina Faso, just to be a part of that connection and that closure to say, I've been here. I also want to go there to set up business. I also want to start doing things on the continent. Then my next step would now to be the birth certificate for to go all the way back to go back to St. Vincent, get the birth certificates all the way back, as far as I can. And then I know that is going to lead me to Nigeria, right? In regards to getting those birth certificates, right? So it's, and again, I'm spending money. I'm being a part of the economy. I'm assisting my brothers and sisters, like the person that booked my ticket to go to Burkina Faso, her travel agency, she's a travel agent and she's a sister, right? So I benefited her business in saying, I want to go to Burkina Faso as a travel agent. I know I blessed her. Then you have like, there's so many ways that we can be a benefit to our brothers and sisters in their businesses as we journey to find out exactly what is the beginning of our people, about your line, your family. So it just feels good. It just feels good.
Great. So, in conclusion, birth certificate, not DNA. Secondly, do the tourism, bring the money to Africa
Yes.
by coming to visit the motherland.
Yes.
And then you benefit the motherland.
Yes, my
Did I get
brother.
you right?
Yes, that is it. That is it. And
Okay.
then as we build, we start to now invest, and our people who really want to break free, get our own airline, get our own transportation. Like, we can actually now, the things that they tried, every time we want to pull together, they have a way of trying to distort it. Like, now we have all these wars and all these dramas that's happening. We just got to stay laser focused. We cannot be distracted, because one thing with our open enemy, they know how to distract us. They know how to make us not care about these things, because now we're more concerned about our quality of life, our basic needs. And they do that. It's never a coincidence, my brother. It's never coincidence. When you see wars and things start happening and they look like they're enemies, no, it's good cop, bad cop. They're all on the same side of keeping us away from each other.
Hmm.
The narratives that they throw out there about these wars and who's good, at the end of the day, what does it have to do with us? That's the question that we should ask. What does this have to do with us? How are we a part of this whole drama that you all are creating? And one of the things that it does, it makes us go back to fight and flight, because now rent, gas, food, everything now is being attacked. So they always put you in this crippling mental, emotional state of survival. They never want to make you calm. And that is why 2020 came. Here in Canada, our finance minister, Minister of Finance, she did a speech years before 2020 telling us that their agenda is to hollow out the middle class of Americas. I have it on
Hmm.
video. I did a feedback video on it. She literally told the Americas, not just North America, because the Americas, that's another thing they need for our people to know, the diaspora. The Americas, these imaginary borders that they make you think that you're different, when they all come together, these heads of states, they're all chummy chummy. It's called the meeting of the Americas. North,
Hmm.
South, Central, and the Caribbean, also known as the Atlantic. They're all together. That is why when things happen and America is seeming to pull everybody into conflicts and chaos, they're all on the side of confusion. They never want us to settle in our space and feel comfortable in our skin. Because once we get
Hmm.
comfortable, now we start thinking. Because we're designed, my brother, to think. We're designed to wonder. We're designed to question. When life is comfortable for you, and you don't have to worry. They know the next thing a human being is going to start to do is think. So they do not want you to be in a place of rest to think. Because when you think, they know it is spiritual, that you're always going to be existential. Your mind is going to be thinking something outside of the basic needs, because we're designed that way. So they always got to
Hmm.
keep you moving. They always got to keep you crazy and frustrated and fighting and feeling like you're scared. They always got to you always got to keep you that way. And once they keep you that way, they know you're never going to even think about ancestry and traveling. Because, first of all, who has the money to travel? Who has the money to do these things? Who has the money to order and buy and order your birth certificate? Everything is going up. Inflation, everything is going up. You can't afford anything, including getting a birth certificate. But they're going to make the DNA cheap. They're going to make putting a needle in your skin in your arm much cheaper than getting a birth certificate. Have you noticed that the things that are good for you are the things that they jack the price up, and the things that are there to trap you are the things that are very cheap and easy to get. So as a people, when we have wars and rumors of wars, remember, our Most High, the creator of heaven, the Shamayim, and earth, told us this is going to happen. So why are we fretting? Why are we looking perplexed? Why are we having this confusion as to we don't know what? No, we know what's happening. What are we told we're supposed to do at this time? My people, what were we told we're supposed to do when all these things are happening? What were we told to do? We have to go back to the instruction that was given to us so we can sit and rest at ease and just continue going on our journey of finding out who we are. So if you cannot do it on your own, I am here to be your sister on the journey with you. Through my life, you can see how I'm doing it. You can see what I'm exposing. You can see what I'm revealing. Trust and believe the end of all of this drama is at hand. But the key is, how do we prepare for those that may not have the money to go to Burkina Faso, for those that may not have the money to get, their birth certificates and get a passport and all of that. Sometimes we say we don't have the money, but we do. It's all about priorities and what we see as important. So the enemy will tell you, this is not important. That is important. That subscription is important. But monthly, no. But if you really do some serious type budgeting and you go back to your basic needs and you put as a priority finding the truth about who you are and not allowing the enemy to turn you to the left and turn you to the right, you will get the resources. I am a living testimony of it. So that's what I want to wrap up. And that's what I want my brothers and sisters to know. Follow me on my journey. Follow me on my path. You're going to see what I've done and how I'm doing things. And it might be an inspiration to you. And who knows who else might come along on this journey that could make it possible for you to also track your ancestry through your birth certificates.
On that fiery note, what can I say, Lady O? Thank you so much. You have planted a virus that will spread like wildfire.
It's the best virus.
Much.
It's the best virus. And the antidote isn't theirs. It's Yahweh's.
Thank you. All right then. See you on the next one. And do take your time to leave your comments down below if you agree with her that birth certificates are better than DNA, or that the DNA is another means for gathering genetic information about the Black race to be used as a weapon against us tomorrow. Leave your comments below. And while you do that, do remember to subscribe to this channel, as we bring you more interesting persons like Lady O. Thank you very much. See you on the next one. Wow. That was explosive.
Was it? Okay, I'm happy. Thank you.
But I think for me, I always say that audio is 90%, video is 10%. The audio is great. I'm happy about that. We have a problem with the video. I'm not going to, the information is more important. Okay, and we got that through the video. And I think that you have started something you've started something. Whoa, you just blew my mind. And I wonder what everyone else is going to say.
Oh,
Um,
thank
when,
you.
yes, when we release it, please do share it as widely as possible
I will.
with your contacts. Yes, people need to hear this. It's new for me, and I'm sure for so many others as well. Everyone is going the DNA route, whereas there are records, especially in the West.
Yep.
Maybe not here, but at least in the West, right back. They keep records very well.
Yes, they
So
do.
yeah, yes. So I think that's the easiest, the fastest, and the most authentic DNA.
Yes.
Whoa, this has been it's great meeting you. It's great knowing you. Uh, I can't wait to see you. I'm sure in Burkina, I'll be there. I'll try and come.
Awesome.
I'll try
Awesome.
and come to
Awesome.
Burkina
Yes,
Faso.
yes.
I'll be there.
My
I'll
son,
be there.
yeah, my son, I purchased a little camera on Amazon, so my son's giving me lessons on how to use it and stuff.
On how
So
to use it. Is he there? Let me say hello to him.
he was sleeping.
Okay. Sorry for waking you up. Your mother was great. This interview, she was smoking, man. She was my
Thank you so
my.
much.
It was awesome. Honestly, I enjoyed the interview, and a lot of people are going to enjoy it as well. This is great. This is great.
Thank
What
you.
camera did you get for her? What camera did you get?
Can you get the camera case? It's on the computer. I put it underneath the computer desk.
No, I know the type of camera. I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
interesting. Okay.
I'm going to the tutorial and how to use it. And
Okay.
yeah.
It's not.
So
It's nothing complicated. Nothing complicated, really. It should be easy to operate.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take this with me. The big bag is just has all the different compartments and the parts and all of that stuff in there, but the
Yeah.
camera itself is this small, so that's what I'm gonna take with me and
Okay.
document my journey there
Mhm.
and see and just start from there. And I really, as I said, I don't know everything that is going to occur, but I just know something good is gonna happen because
That's
everything has
good.
been connecting so easily. Um,
Sorry, Simi would want to go and sleep. Let's not disturb him.
yeah, you can go back to
You can
sleep.
go.
Go, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
bye.
just wanted to see your face and to thank you for your help. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm just excited when I get there just to see everything, that to feel just to get the experience. But
Yeah.
the major thing is just to go back. The major thing is just to go
And
back.
take some of the soil back with you.
Yeah. Would I be allowed to? I actually want to bring some of the soil back. I don't know if I'll be allowed to.
Why not? What's wrong with it? It's just soil. That's nothing else. Just a
Okay.
piece of it. Just some of it rather. I mean, you're not carrying the whole city. You put it in a bottle and then that's it. Or tie it in, a small,
Like a
you know.
Ziploc bag. I was gonna take like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like rare earth mineral. It's not gold, so no one's going to stop you.
Right.
So
I'm trying to illegally extract minerals or something. I know. Oh my goodness.
well, I'm part of our ancestors too, buried in the ground there, so it's okay.
Right? Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But thank you so much. I look forward to connecting with you
No,
more. I
thank
look
you.
forward to seeing the
All
video.
right. No,
And
you will.
yeah, my whole thing is finding a way to document this journey, the different turns along the way. But the first thing is just to be in Burkina Faso and to be there for the 2 weeks and just to capture an entire
Hmm.
moment. And
Yeah.
then also to yeah, my whole idea is to register my health and wellness business there as well, because
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
want the diaspora to actually come and invest.
Invest.
Yeah, so I want to register my business there and then actually do all these documentaries to just bring awareness to how we can assist, right? And
Yeah.
instead of just giving it DNA, let's go back, let's travel back, so I'm even thinking about having groups, having
Yeah.
tour groups, and it's the like it's ancestry tour groups, right? Finding out, getting a birth certificate and finding out who was born where and all of that, and then we can have a group
Yeah.
going back to that place, right? And when you go back to that place, you're, part of the group, the part of the trip is to go to the birth registration office and get the birth certificate of your grandmother or your great grand, whoever it is that is born there from you. You're going back to that place of registration, right? And then you're going to order, a copy of the birth certificate so you can get more information, find out the last name, who their parents were, what they were born. Like, to me, that paper will have so much information. So it's like, I grew up, back in the days, there was this children's show called Carmen Sandiego. And
Mm,
Carmen Sandiego, she would travel the world, and she'd just be going from different places in the world, and she'd be traveling, Carmen Sandiego. So I feel like this is what we'll be doing, is that we'll be going to the places that the birth certificate says that
yeah,
our people
yeah.
came from. And then
Hmm.
we can spend the money there and, you know, invest in the economy, the local farmers market. Like, let's put money back
Yeah.
into our people's hands. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
exactly.
So yeah, yeah.
So, what city are you in Canada?
Toronto. I'm in Toronto.
Toronto.
Yes,
Okay, Toronto.
I'm in Toronto.
Mississauga or Toronto?
Toronto. No, Toronto.
Toronto,
Yeah,
Toronto.
I'm in the
Okay.
I'm in the east side of Toronto. So Mississauga is
Okay.
more on the west side after Toronto. You get to
Right. Yes.
Mississauga.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm on the east
Sure.
side of Toronto. Yeah. I hope I can see in Burkina
Sure. Sure.
Faso. I hope your team
I hope
can.
to be there as well.
Yeah, I hope your team,
Um,
you guys can join me on this journey, and how we can collaborate. I want to do a trip back to St. Vincent and the Grenadines and do the
mm,
filming of me going to the birth registration office, getting the birth
honestly, I wish we
certificate.
could get, if we could, I wish we could get some form of funding. It would have helped.
It
We
would, you know what?
just,
It's
we
gonna
just
come.
follow you.
It's gonna
Yeah, we
listen.
just follow you on this trip.
it's
Yeah.
it's gonna come. There's something I remember when I did an interview, because I had a radio show, is an internet radio show with the radio channel is called Unity FM. It's here in Canada, but it's an internet radio show, and I did a show called The Journey, and I was interviewing different people on their journey. And one of my guests, I was interviewed, and she said, um, her mantra, because she's very successful now. And the question was like, how did you start off from being in the basement and being, abused, and, going through molestation and incest, and like, how did you go from there to being successful? And she said, if it's God's will, it's God's bill. And that, she said this many years ago. She says, if
Hmm.
it's his will, it's his bill. And
Let
that
me write that
and
down.
that
Whoa.
listen, I have so much nuggets from the people I've interviewed over the, like, when I was doing
Whoa.
my show. If it's Yahweh's will, it's Yahweh's bill. If it's his will, he's gonna get the money. He's gonna, and this is why I
Hmm.
said, my brother, even me
Yes.
being here with you and going to Burkina Faso, things are happening so
Yeah.
easily. Things are happening so,
Yeah. I
I was
mean,
just
just when
like,
did we talk? And already.
I was like, I was like, things are happening so easily. I'm like, this is your will. This is your will, because you're making it. You're making a way. You're
Yeah.
giving me the money. Like, I don't have a whole lot of money, but the money's coming for me to be able to have done that, get the ticket,
Yes.
get the visa, do this, pay, like, it's
If
just
it's
it's just
God's will,
it's his
it's
bill.
His bill.
It's his
Whoa.
bill.
Ooh.
He will he's gonna send it.
Ah.
So if it's
Amen.
if it's his will for us to come together and do this documentary and follow me through it, it's his bill. Trust me, he's
I
gonna
agree.
send it. He's gonna send
I
it.
agree. Totally, I agree. I agree totally.
Yep.
Totally. I mean, whoa. What you just said has made my day.
You're welcome.
If it's His will,
It's his
it's His
bill.
bill.
Yep. It's going to work out, my
I
brother.
believe so.
It's gonna work
I
out.
believe so. Yeah.
It's gonna
No,
work
thank
out.
you so very much.
You're very welcome, my
Thank you
brother.
so very much.
All right.
And then let me,
I'm never gonna forget that, brother.
yes,
There's people that
yes.
Yahweh has sent on my path, that every, like, things
Mm,
that I'm just like, okay, you know what? You're sending this brother for a reason. You're sending that brother for a reason. It's like, I was just like, okay,
true, true.
because, like, we are here for this time, and we all have
Sure.
talents for a reason. And it's just for Yahweh to have us meet each other, connect, and then we just keep going, because there's a lot further that I want to share with the people, because we are in the last days and preparation is necessary in these last
True.
days. Preparation is
So true.
necessary. Okay, my brother, so I'll let
So
you
true.
go.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes,
It's been a great pleasure. I could have been talking to my sister.
Oh, thank
you. So I just, you could have been my sister with a foreign accent, with a Canadian accent. That's it.
Okay, that is a compliment. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. But that's what it is, really and truly, because I mean, it's just the fact that you're over there, but we're all connected.
We're all connected. We all somewhere or the other.
Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, sure.
We are.
No, thank you so much.
All right. So I'll let you go for you to do your editing and all that, and I'll wait to get the link for it, okay? You will. All right. Sure. Okay. All right. Okay. Tell your team I say good night.
Okay. I'll do that. They'll hear.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Na Tobacco. Na Tobacco. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. I gave them my all that I've got. And then they go, painting me black, then no grey retire. Oh, our Messiah, tell them how you feel. You shake and lose and break and build, you know, go retire. You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, burning. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, burning. Oh, I'm on fire, burning. Every day, nobody telling me to take me down, 'cause I got no time. I've got my gasoline and matches to burn on this hell. Simbela, go, cover, go. Simbela, go, cover, go. I look my body, Miro say nakupenda. Standing tall, look at the eye, I know said, well I look my body, Miro say nakupenda. Standing tall, look at the eye, I know said, well oh, our Messiah. Tell them how you feel. You shake and lose and break and build, you know, go retire. You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. What's up? You gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. What's up? I'm on fire. 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 Na Tobacco. Na Tobacco. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Hey, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. Hey, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. Hey, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. Hey, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk, gotta dunk. I'm on fire, I'm on fire, I'm on fire, burning. I'm on fire, burning. Every day, nobody telling me to take me down, 'cause I got no time. I've got my gasoline and matches to burn on this hell. Simbela, go, cover, go. Simbela, go, cover, go. Simbela, go, cover, go. Get it done.